Good morning. Hi, I'm Kristin Omdahl and welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. It is Tuesday morning and we are here live in my studio. If you're joining me live, please say hello. Let me know if you're crafting on anything this morning or if you have any questions for me. I am in my studio this morning. Hi, Mar. Hi, Dina. I'm in my studio this morning because I have so much work on my plate today, and because I didn't have to drive Marlon to tennis, I really wanted that extra hour saved for work that I was going to spend driving to and from the beach. So I hope you understand that. Good morning, Christy and Jane and Karen, Edna, Terry, Lisa. Thanks for joining me live. I've got a few things to show you today. Hi, Kristin from another IN Kristin. That's cool. Hi, Raina and Judy and Lene, Lynn, Lisa. Oh, hello from Australia. Good morning, Kim. Thank you, everybody, for joining me live. Hi, Naomi. Hi, Joe. Hi, Donna. Kimberly from Pennsylvania. Kathy. Ahsoka. The camera's a little further away in my studio than it is at the beach. It's a little harder to read, but that's okay. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Beatrice. Yes, Dina, my son does play Fortnite, and I have no idea what it is. Naomi received her Zen scarf kit, and she did the dazzling yarn with it. Wonderful. Can't wait to see your photos. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Grace. Hi, Wanda from North Carolina. Wow, so many people joining today. Wonderful. Have a bunch of stuff to show you. That's the, oh, Lisa missed some people. I'm sure everybody understands. I miss some people too, but I think we know we try, right? Hi, Patricia. Oh, Patricia, I missed your comment. Something about the beach and something else. Oh, Raina's working on the Jordana cowl from Motif Magic. I think it's here in the studio. Let's see if I have enough cord to reach it. I'm gonna unplug myself for a second. Ah, now I really blew it. I lost my microphone. Okay, I'm back. Here is the Jordana cowl. This is the one that she's working on. Has this beautiful square motif. Lots of the motifs are done in one color, and then one little section of the motifs is done in two colors. And then I took the stitch pattern, the 4-round stitch pattern of the motif, and I deconstructed it into line instructions instead of round square instructions so that the edging would perfectly match the motif. So each of the 4 rounds, all the construction of those 4 rounds is replicated in the edging as well. I thought that was a really interesting challenge for myself, and I love the way it turned out. Let's see, Beatrice is working on coasters for pumpkins or for Halloween, I guess. That's cool. Jane, thank you. Something about a teapot has a hack for not getting yarn on the floor. Missed that. Thanks, Jill. I'm wearing one of the tank top Amazon dresses in a bright dark berry pink and wearing my Blue Danube vest over it. Pink and blue, I think, are really pretty together. Let's see, what kind of sneak peeks am I going to show today? There's so much in here. Like, if you were a detective, you could probably pick out lots of stuff that I'm working on from the photos. And I think that's so funny because I'll only be sharing a select few things that I can show sneak peeks on. The rest of it will have to wait. Oh, somebody uses a teapot as a yarn bowl. Okay, so the yarn comes out through the spout, I guess. Yeah, that would work. Thank you, Beatrice. Yeah, that's cool. Hi, Sherry. Oh, Jill's made this vest already. Good for you. Thank you. Yeah, I love color. You know that. Love mixing colors. Speaking of color, I was working quite late last night on dyeing more of the American Merino Wool Bamboo Blend yarn, and I am pretty sure I've come up with the names for the worsted weight version and the fingering weight version. So I should have the worsted weight colors done today, and I'm going to dye all of the, well, a good chunk of the fingering weight ones today. We'll see how much I can get done, but I'm ready to share the names. So the worsted weight one is going to be called Be So Cozy. It's 100% American made worsted weight American Merino and Bamboo blend, and I have 3 of the colors done and dried that I can give you a sneak peek on today. So here's one of the colors that's done. It has a speckled blend of some orchid bright purple and some dark violet purple, a tiny bit of like a periwinkle kind of heathered blue, and lots of the creamy white still showing through. I'm trying to decide if this color's showing up on the camera right, if I go further back or closer up. And so because it has a blend of 2 completely different types of fibers, you're going to get what they call a barber pole effect, where you're going to see how the dye is picked up differently in both the bamboo and the merino wool. It is more than a 50-50 blend, so it's 65% American merino wool and 35% bamboo. So it has really that hand and that feel of a warm, fuzzy animal fiber. Really, really soft. And then it's going to have some of the drape of the bamboo and a little bit of sheen from the bamboo. So it's not as matte as a 100% American merino wool. So here's the first color that I dyed. Here's another one. This has like a cantaloupe orange and some gold and some yellow. Thought this was an unusual color combination for me, and like we talked about on the color wheel, this would be more of a harmonious color combination. It's around 250 yards, Jane. You know, I knew I was going to have to answer that question this morning, and I didn't have time to look it up in my notes, but I know that it's a 4-ounce hank. It's around 240, 250 in that range. So 1 hank is going to be plenty to do a hat or a cowl. This would be the equivalent of 2 of the hanks of Be So Brave yarn if you worked with that American Merino wool that I've done before. Yes, it does look like a creamsicle. In fact, it looks like a toasted, you know how a marshmallow gets toasted when you're doing it over an open flame? This looks like a creamsicle that got toasted. It has that warm burnt, not burnt, but that warm golden color on top of a creamsicle. Very pretty. And then the third colorway that I have done so far is this one, and it has some of that dark teal like Jaded Peacock. It has some bright blue, bright turquoise like Aloha blue. Jill, I missed it. I'm sorry. It went kind of fast. This one's really pretty too. And some of the white comes through on this one. And again, that comes from the speckle dyeing. So these are all completely different, but all beautiful in their own ways. I have no idea what I'm going to call the names yet. And my brain's a little zapped from naming 86 projects for 80 handmade gifts, that I think I might just be calling these 1, 2, 3, 4, and I know I should do something better than that. I've got another idea brewing that might work. So, but this one is going to be called Be So Cozy, and it's the worsted weight version of the American Merino Wool and Bamboo blend, and then the fingering weight is going to be in the 500, let's see, what was it? What did I say that was going to be? It's going to be around 560 yards per 4-ounce hank, so just slightly less yardage than Be So Fine, but the fingering weight is going to be called Be So Toasty. So we're going to have Be So Cozy worsted weight and Be So Toasty fingering weight. That one I don't have photos of yet, but that will be coming out. I should have something to show for it tomorrow. Yeah, Leanne, that would be fun to name the colors too. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, so there's my first sneak peek this morning. What else was I going to show you? How did I forget? Yeah, I've told my story several times in magazine articles. I taught myself how to knit and crochet while I was pregnant and living overseas. Oh, speaking of which, I have an update about Marlon today. Marlon won the first round of main draw yesterday. Yay! In singles. He lost in the first round of doubles. Okay. First time he was able to do that, so that's awesome. You can't do doubles unless you're in main draw for singles. So, very excited about that. And then tomorrow will be second round of main draw. And what's really important about second round of main draw is this is the first round that he has the ability to get points. And the more points you have, the better tournaments you get into, and the more likely you are to get directly into main draw in future tournaments so that you don't have to qualify in the qualifying tournament first. So you know how he's been at this tournament all week since last week, because he had to go through the qualifying rounds first. So it's really important. I mean, it's amazing, and everything he's done so far has already broken all of his personal records. So even if he comes home now, it's fine. But it would be really amazing if he won at least today and got points before he came home, because it'll help him for the future tournaments. So fingers crossed that he wins today, but whatever happens today, he's already done so much and has made so much accomplishments, and it's just, he's done really, 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 really well so far. So yay, congratulations, Marlon. I'm excited to share that with all of you. I know you're excited. Thank you, Edna. I know. I appreciate it so much. Yeah, thanks, Sherry. Congratulations on the PB. Gosh, I don't know what that is. Yeah, I am beside myself for sure. Every time he calls, I cry when I get off the phone with him because I'm just bursting with excitement and pride. Oh, his name is spelled M-A-R-L-O-N, like Marlon Brando. Yeah, that's a good idea too, Tracy. Yeah, I've gotten 2 ideas. 2 people suggested ideas for the yarns that I named them after ice creams, and I think there was some other foods, and then somebody else just said fire opals. So all great ideas. I was thinking about naming them after cities also, because there's so many to choose from, and then I wouldn't run out of ideas. I am quite excited. I'm going to do a contest when 80 Handmade Gifts comes out, because I want to see if anybody can guess where I pulled these names from. I had to come up with so many names for the chapters. The crochet chapter has 24 projects right now. The knit chapter has 21 projects. The food chapter I did not name because I thought that was weird. And the miscellaneous chapter has sewing and paper crafts and all other different assorted crafts in it. And I felt like those needed to be named. So I needed to come up with like 65 names. And I came up with this idea that I'm pretty excited, not excited about, but I'm giggling because it was silly but fun and something from my childhood. And I think those of you who had a similar experience in your childhood, I think you will catch on right away what this is. So it's going to be fun to see who can figure out where I derived these names from, but it was so fun to do. And once I did it, the next book after this one, I used a similar theme, which will also be a fun story, a fun contest when that book comes out. So fun. Anyway, so got 86 projects right now, and so this is my master spreadsheet. I know we've talked about my organizational skills. Yeah, that would be funny, Dina. So I know we talked about my organizational skills regarding keeping all of this organized when I'm writing a book. And I do a master spreadsheet on the computer for a very long time in the process with color coding and bolding so that I can see where each project is. So there are certain color like each chapter was a certain color, and then they're a different shade of that color, so I know what level they're at. Is this pattern written? Is this sample done? Has it been blocked and ends woven in? Has the photography been done? Has the book layout been done for each of those patterns? So all of those have a different color coding. And then once we get down to editing and going through the last stages of a book, I always make a master spreadsheet that I can print out and write notes on. So at this point you can see the crochet chapter has been, I've gone through the first round of edits on the crochet chapter minus 3 patterns. And then the next couple of chapters I've not done that yet, but I'm hoping to do that as soon as I get through shipping today. I didn't finish shipping yesterday from the weekend, so I don't allow myself to work on anything but shipping until shipping's done. I feel like if somebody has paid me money to send them something, that is my top priority. And I know I've been late this week because of personal issues. You know, I've had, family illness, and will have issues with family illness for a while in the future right now. So there are going to be days when things just don't go my way. In fact, last night I got a call. I was already deep asleep. I got a call that I needed to go help somebody in the middle of the night. And, there's so much more than just waking up for that, right? You wake up from a dead sleep, hearing that someone is in serious need of help. You have to wake up enough to get ready, get in the car, go over there, prepare yourself for not knowing what you're going to see when you walk in the door, staying cool, taking care of whatever needs to get done, driving home, and then trying to go back to sleep, right? So it's not a short process. And, that all of that, wears on you as time goes on too. So that was the other reason why I just didn't want to drive to the beach this morning. I've got so much work to do here and behind on shipping from last week that I thought I could really use that extra hour. So it was a good opportunity to show you some cute things, some sneak peeks behind the scene. Oh, and I'm going to do a product review this morning too, so I better get started. So I appreciate all of your patience and understanding. I know you would rather be at the beach, and I would too. I'd rather be at the beach too. But when Marlon's not here, it's at least an hour to go there and back to do the podcast. And on a day when I have the freedom of that time, it's fine. But when I'm really pushed for time right now, like shipping and working on this, I just felt like that extra hour was worth saving to work here instead of driving. So yes, Jill, Naples does have a wonderful women's domestic violence program. So does Fort Myers. Yep, I'm familiar with both of them. All right, so thank you, Donna. So what was I going to say? Regarding product reviews, I have not to this day shown you product reviews of something that someone has sent me for free. And you know what? 2 companies have done that in the last month. Yay for me, and how exciting, because there's sometimes products that we wouldn't know about, right? In fact, one of them is a light that I had never heard of that I love, and we'll be talking more about that on another day. I don't think I'm set up to really show it to you beautifully this morning, so we'll wait on that one to do a different product review. But the other so I want to be really careful about doing product reviews because I feel like I've tried so hard to be honest and straightforward with all of you my entire career, and I don't want you to think that because people are sending me products, I'm just going to go, oh yay, look at this, blah. It's really important to me that I maintain and respect the level of trust that we have with each other. And it's important to me that if there's something that I think could improve your crafting life, I would love to share it with you. If it improves my crafting life, I definitely want to share it with you. So with that in mind, I do want to show you a product that came in the mail this week, and I didn't even open the box because I don't want to rehearse it. I want to share with you what I've seen. So I've read the product reviews on the Amazon page where they sell. Yeah, Audrey, that's a good idea to have a go bag. You're right. That is a good idea on nights when you're going to get woken up in the middle of the night. I'm just glad Marlon wasn't home. It would have been very traumatic for him too. Anyway, so this product is a type of a product that we all probably already have. It's blocking boards. And so they sent me this set of blocking boards, and it's something that you can find in my Amazon shop now. And they are a little different than the blocking boards that I already have, the blocking boards that I've shown you that I have personally bought. First of all, I do like the carrying case, because even in my closets and where I store my blocking boards, they become a pain in the butt because they're hard to figure out where they go. And so I think if they could stay maintained in a zipper bag with a handle on it, I think it would be easier to stack them in a place where they could be, store them in a place where they could be stacked. So they are lined, and the grid is always helpful, but this is the one that I think is really interesting. It has a curved line on it. And so I just peeked in the box this morning and saw that curved line and said, you know what, I don't even need to open the box. That's going to be a good reason to say that these are different than what we have. So they're numbered. So they actually tell you which order to put them in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, because they're going to line up specifically so that you can get a circle. And I'm not going to do that this morning because, like I said, I didn't rehearse this one. So we'll do another review of all of them. But I was going to show a couple of them put together to show you why I like that curved line. We've talked a lot about different types of blocking boards and different ways to block. And here's one of the sleeves. You know that Brooke tank top with crochet edging sleeves that I've shown you before? It's the black tank top. It's a free pattern on my website where I made these crescent sleeves and then sewed them to a tank top so that you had sleeves. I have a black one on my website. Super cute. This was the first one that I did. I did it in multiple colors. This is Be So Fine yarn in Chantilly lace, Caribbean turquoise, and tropical hot coral. Let's see if I can back the camera up enough so that you can see this better. I might even have to come around to do it. Oh, I could bring the camera down too. Sorry, hold on a second. How's that for classy? Still in the way. Let's see. We'll go around that one. That might be better. There we go. Now you can see the table. So what I thought would be really cool to do is to take some Wrapture, and so I filled a teaspoon or a capful of Wrapture All Natural Delicate Wash in some water, and I'm going to submerge my yarn. It's such a small piece that it doesn't need to soak very long. If you were doing a bigger piece, you might want to soak it for up to 20 minutes, but this will be fine. I've got it saturated. Okay, so now it's wet and I'm going to lay it out here. I do believe that these blocking boards come with not only the storage bag, but they do come with one of those wires. Remember when we used blocking wires the other day? And I used the straight ones. What I didn't mention to you is that there are malleable wires too for doing a rounded edge. So this is a lighter wire that you can shape to do curved edges, which we're not going to need with these blocking boards because they tell you where to put the points along a curved line. I know we also talked in previous blocking videos where I told you I get up on a ladder and do an aerial photo with my phone so that I can make sure that something is symmetrical. And what I love about this is that don't need to do that with blocking mats that have curved lines on them. It tells you where to put the pins. So the other thing that we always talk about when we're doing blocking, let's see if I can set this up so you can see it better. All right, so obviously I wouldn't block this way normally, but I'm going to block it up on an angle so that you can see it better. And one thing that I always talk about when blocking is how you work with the midpoints, right? So I'm going to start in the middle and the sides. The pins that it came with are very sturdy too. These are more sturdy than the pins that I own. All right, give me 1 second to get set up here so I get a straight line, and then I'll turn it back down so you can see it better than me. Okay, so now we'll turn it this way. Or would it look nicer to go this way? Maybe that looks nicer. You like that better? Okay, so very sturdy pins. You've got this bendable wire if you wanted to do that kind of blocking. So what you would do with this is weave it through that edge like we did with the straight blocking wires in a previous video. And now I'm going to work in midpoints. Yeah, don't tip the water bowl. That would be nice, wouldn't it? If I needed waking up, that would really wake me up. Yes, I have them in my Amazon shop. This kit is available in my Amazon shop in the craft folder. So now you're going to work in the midpoints, and if you notice, I don't have a scallop that's right in the midpoint. So what I'll do is work the two that are the midpoint, right? And you're going to take a look and make sure that they're at the same distance. Like I just eyeballed that, and you notice I didn't get them to the same line, but now I have the ability to look at those lines and get them perfectly even. Isn't that amazing? That's something I have never in all my years of blocking been able to do without taking that aerial photo on my phone on a ladder to go see how off I was with my eyeball spacing and redo it. So to be able to space things perfectly the first time because of those lines, I like that. Saves me time, and also anything you can do to make your lines smoother makes your finished project more professional looking, I think. Okay, so I'm going to match up this one. I went a little over that line. This one I went way over that line, which means this one probably has the ability to stretch a little more. Yep, and so now they're both just a smidge shorter than that line. And this one will probably make it to the black line. There. How's that? Look at how perfectly symmetrical and even that is now, and it's simply because I had those lines on the boards. It also, in their product description, said that the boards are heat resistant, so I don't know if that means that you would be able to use a steam iron on it. We could certainly try that another time. Audrey hopes they have plenty in stock. Yeah, I don't know. We will soon find out, but it is listed in my Amazon shop. I posted it in there this morning, so it should be the top item in the Knit, Crochet, and Craft folder. And I can certainly add a link to the video description when this video is recorded, no longer live. And if I do a blog post about today's episode, I could put it in there too. And if anybody has trouble finding it, just email me, projectkristincares@gmail.com, and I'd be happy to help you. Yeah, Joe, I can put a link in this video description when the video's over. Can do that, no problem. You're welcome, Edna. Yeah, so let's count how many boards were in here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 boards total, which is a good size. Whoops. At least it wasn't the bowl of water. And it wasn't the pins. Either of those would have been worse. Yeah, I think it's always good to find new products. Always. You know, everybody's being creative all over the world, and when we can find different creative people who've come up with clever solutions to different things, it's wonderful. And I don't know why they thought to email me to send them to me, but I'm glad they did, because I truly do think that this is I truly think that this is going to be helpful for lots of crafters. Yes, for granny squares. I just saw a comment. Absolutely. If you're making granny squares for an Afghan or something, to be able to block them to the same material, to the same size, would be extremely helpful. What's the material of the boards? I don't know what it is, but it's similar to other boards that I've used before. The only difference, like I'm saying, that I really see in them is the types of lines on them, and the lines are so helpful. I believe this is a 1-inch grid, but like I said, what I really like are the curved lines. Oh, Kim already bought the boards. Wonderful. Good. Enjoy them. Enjoy them in good health. I love saying that. It's one of my favorite lines. Yeah, I like the boards too, Rev. They are very helpful, I think. I think we're going to enjoy getting that professional look with them. Are they foam or styrofoam? Oh, they're foam. They're not styrofoam. They're definitely foam. I can feel there's no noise when I pinch them. Yeah. Nope, they're not styrofoam. They're foam. Yes, Audrey, blocking can enhance beautiful work and hide a multitude of sins. That is correct. It can do both. Yes, it's a lightweight foam. Yes, Karen, thank you. See, that's what happens when I didn't do my research first. But like I said, there's a reason why I didn't want this to be polished. There are plenty of polished videos out there, and you can probably find polished videos on this company's website. But in order for me to stay true to myself and to stay true to our relationship, I wanted it to be more, what do you call it? Less polished. That's not the word I was going for. Dang it, sorry. I forgot to pin along the top edge, so I'll show you this in a second too. And this is another spot where I make lots of mistakes and catch them in my aerial photo on a ladder, is getting that line straight across the top. So having the grid line on there. I missed some comments. Sorry guys. If it's important, please feel welcome to repeat it now in the live or in the recorded version. Yes, Lynn, it's important to me to keep it real. Yep. Yep, if you're doing this, making squares and blocking, this would be absolutely helpful. Yeah, if you don't like the sound of styrofoam, I can see why that was an important question to ask me. And I'm going to put it right, oh, my microphone's right here. I'm going to pinch them. Okay, you're hearing them on the table. See, I'm pinching it right next to the microphone. If they were styrofoam, you'd hear that awful sound. You're not. Me in my natural habitat, I sound like a zoo animal on the wild. That's funny. I like it. I am an animal. We're all animals. We're all part of the animal kingdom. Does anybody have any other questions for me? I'll hold off and see if there's any more questions. Oh, everybody's agreeing that we are all animals and that that's true. Remember, we're more alike than we are different, right? Thanks, Donna. Yeah, I am drinking water. In fact, this cup has a funny story to it. Remember when I went to Austin, Texas last summer to be a guest on the Knit Show with Vicki Howell? I went to dinner one night with a friend of mine who was also a guest on the show, and she took me to this restaurant that she already knew of. It was a fusion restaurant of French and Vietnamese food, which to me, I didn't understand the connection between French and Vietnamese at the time, so I got a history lesson that day, and the food was unbelievable. Just amazing, from the salads to the entrees, and their craft cocktails were just like nothing I've ever had before. I had a savory type of a cocktail. It wasn't super sweet, which is where my taste buds go. And it had beet juice in it, and it had basil in it, and it was the most beautiful combination of bright, vibrant colors I'd ever seen in a cocktail. And I don't remember what liquor was in it at all, but it was served in a glass that looked just like this. It's plastic, but has this beautiful scroll work on it. And I was so in love with the glasses there. And because I live in a house with a lot of tile, and I'm not the most graceful person in the world, I like plastic cups, but I like plastic cups that look more elegant than red Solo cups. And so I dreamed of these cups after I left there and said, if only I could find something so cute. And those of you that are TJ Maxx and Marshall shoppers will recognize them. They came out in stores like that month when I came home. I'm like, how did that happen? They came out in colors and clear. So I got a set of these, and I happened to get them on clearance. I got a set of 6 of them for like $5. And when they were really popular in those discount stores, they had pictures, and I didn't pick up the picture. And I got to tell you, for a year now, I have been kicking myself for not picking up the matching picture or picking up the turquoise cups that look like this. So I lost out, but oh yeah, Jane, if you like to steam block, they're heat resistant. You'll be perfectly fine with these. Absolutely. And I'm wondering if styrofoam is not. So I think being lightweight foam is better than styrofoam for that. I don't think styrofoam is heat resistant. I love basil too, Lisa. I love basil in lots of applications, but pesto is probably my favorite, and I love making homemade pesto. Thanks, Donna. It's my favorite, one of my favorite cups ever, and I drink out of them every single day. I drink water in them mostly. Oh, wow. Lene just got a TJ Maxx store in Australia. You never had them before? Oh, Beatrice, I'm jealous. You have these cups in cobalt. I regret not. They came in turquoise at one point too, and there was a turquoise set of cups and a pitcher, and I didn't get it. And oh, I think about it all the time. But you know, you have to be in the right mind frame to buy things that you don't need, right? And I was probably thinking about bills and something else and going, if you have extra money to spend, you need to spend it on this, or you need to be saving for that. And I told myself that I didn't need it. I do that a lot, but man, it's one of those purchases that I regret not making. Oh, Nikki has basil on her porch. How nice. I love the smell of basil. Wow, we've really gone over today. Yeah, Leanne, you should definitely try out TJ Maxx. It's a discount designer store, I think is what they call it. Clothes and all sorts of stuff like that, but it also has home goods, and it's the home goods section that is my favorite part of that store. Oh, Sherry's daughter has basil in her garden too. Wonderful. Yeah, Lene, you'll have to tell us what you think when you've been to it. We've had TJ Maxx here, I think, since I was a kid. So I'm curious to see how yours is and if you like it. Beatrice puts basil in with homemade beets and potatoes in a salad. That sounds good. I love beets. Yeah, I love TJ Maxx too. Oh, Rav, now that's dangerous. You have a TJ Maxx 4 minutes from your house? That sounds dangerous. Oh, Lisa has rosemary in her garden. That's another beautiful smell. Oh, okay. Audrey says the styrofoam boards don't self-heal, so she uses them for a different purpose. That's good to know. Donna says basil will keep insects out of your house. That's good to know too. Yeah, Sherry, I don't remember. I mean, I want to say I was a teenager maybe when TJ Maxx came out. Maybe not. Maybe 20. I don't know. I don't remember now. Yeah, Freezabee, I don't have a green thumb either. As much as I love gardening and I love fresh herbs, I cannot keep them to save my life. I don't know what's wrong with me. I would love more than anything to get better at gardening, but I am the worst. Oh, Rav, okay, you're 4 minutes away from a Bed Bath & Beyond, TJ Maxx, and Target. Good Lord, that's dangerous. But fun too. Sometimes I just go into Home Goods just if I am near a Home Goods, I just walk around just to get that enjoyment of that feast of color in my eyes. I love walking through a Home Goods just for a calming, relaxing experience. Freeze will be right around the corner for you too. Wow, how fun. Fun places to just walk around. Yeah, many people love gardening and are really good at gardening too. I would give anything, maybe not anything, don't want to say that the wrong way. I would love to get better at gardening. Maybe sharing it with all of you will make me accountable and help me remember to water stuff. Maybe I should start doing something like that. Lisa can't just walk around. I get that too. That's why those stores can be dangerous. Oh my gosh, and Brenda's right around the corner from a Michael's and a Hobby Lobby. Oh my gosh. I have a Publix close to my house and I have a Home Depot close to my house. Publix is my grocery store. Get a cactus, Judy says. Okay, yeah, I could try that. I had a cactus, a Christmas cactus one year that had the most beautiful flowers. That was fun. I buy herbs. I buy potted herbs like at least once a year and say, okay, this is it. I'm going to do it. And they die. I think I forget to water stuff, though. I think that's my problem, is that I don't add watering plants into my routine. I think that's where I go wrong. So maybe talking about it and being accountable to other parts of my routine would help. Christmas cactus is beautiful, yes. More people can't just walk around in those stores. That's funny. Yeah, Lisa, the problem is to have reminders when we're at the beach would not be helpful. Oh, that reminds me. I'm thinking about some more ideas for doing live streams from my studio more often. So maybe during those live streams, getting reminders to water plants would be helpful. Yeah, I'd love an excuse to go to Home Depot and buy 5 or 6 potted herbs. I would love an excuse to try it again because I love it so much. And I love the smell. I love cooking with them. Love all of it. And I love the idea of growing your own food. That's really exciting too. I had minor success with growing lettuce one time, but just didn't keep up. Yeah, Kim, mine goes crispy too. It's not just you. Yeah, Home Depot 2 minutes away from my house is delightful. I love having Home Depot around the corner. Oh, someone went to a restaurant in Quebec where they got to pick their own vegetables for their salad. That's cool. Yes, Karen, I could. I could do that. You're right. Joe, that's a great idea. Yes, to keep mint on the windowsill for tea and mojitos. I love homemade mint tea. Ronnie wants to know if she could make this sleeve longer by working in pattern. Yes, because the shaping is done after this particular row. So you could add more rows of that stitch, or you could, if you wanted it to keep growing wider, you would actually grow in the number of stitches that you do in there too. I believe it's a 4 double crochet, chain 3, 4 double crochet shell at this point. You could make it bigger if you wanted the whole thing to grow bigger still. So yes, this would not be very difficult to increase the length of the sleeve. But there comes a point when the cap is finished that you don't want to increase anymore. So then what will happen is it won't lay flat like a half circle like this. Once you finish the cap, you actually want the sleeve to go straight. So it would be a strange shape for blocking, but you could work even in pattern so that it doesn't grow anymore, and then the sleeve will just hang lower. Oh yeah, Rav, if you just redid hardwoods, you have spent a lot of time at Lowe's and Home Depot. Those are my favorite stores. So much possibility. All right, well, we've gone really late, so I appreciate everybody who's stayed with me through this, and I understand if anybody had to leave. I'm going to get right to my desk and right to work, which is awesome. I don't have the 20 or 30 minute drive to get back here after the podcast, so thanks for your understanding today. I hope I was able to share with you some things that were interesting, some things that were inspirational, and some things that were educational. Thank you, Lee. So I hope everybody has a wonderful day. If you have any more questions for me, please feel welcome to leave them in the video description, and or in the comments. I will post a link to these blocking boards in the video description. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.